to my channel. I am Sahil and we are learning PHP object-oriented programming concept, and this is the 8th video of this series. And in this video I am going to show you about interface. In previous video you have already seen about abstraction. Now interface is also somehow same as abstraction but with minor differences. So we will also see the difference between interface and abstract class later. But first let's understand what is interface in object-oriented programming. An interface is similar to a class except that it cannot contain code. It means we can declare only abstract method inside the interface. An interface can define method names and arguments but not the contents of the methods. Any classes implementing an interface must implement all methods declared by the interface. A class can implement multiple interfaces. An interface is declared using the interface keyword. Interfaces cannot maintain non-abstract methods. Let's see more about interface. All the methods declared in the interfaces are public and do not start with the abstract keyword. If we miss to implement even a single method declared in the interface, in the class implementing the interface, we will get an error. Interfaces do not have member variables. Multiple interfaces can be implemented by one class. Interfaces can include abstract methods and constant but cannot contain concrete methods and variables. Now, why interface is used? Interface is generally used to achieve multiple inheritance in object-oriented programming. It is also very helpful when we work in a team of programmers and want to ensure that all the programmers write the methods that they should work on. Or even in the case of a single programmer that wants to commit himself to write certain method in the child classes. Now let's see the difference between interface and abstract class. Interface supports multiple inheritance, whereas abstract class does not support multiple inheritance. Interface does not contain member variable, whereas abstract class contain member variable. Interface does not contains constructor, whereas abstract class can contains constructor. Interface contains only abstract methods, whereas abstract method can contain both abstract or non-abstract methods. Interface contains only public methods, but abstract class can contains public or protected methods. Member of interface cannot be static, but in abstract class only complete member of abstract class can be static. So these are the differences between interface and abstract class. Now to understand interface in better way, let's start coding. So open your code editor. Now here you can see an empty index.php file. Now inside this file, first I will create an interface. Okay. So for creating an interface, you have to use interface keyword and then the name of the interface. So here I am keeping test as interface name. Now as you have already know that interface only contains constant and abstract methods. Okay. If we try to declare any member variable inside interface, then let's see what happens. So if we write public and $name and save it and go to the browser and refresh, then here we are getting an error. Interfaces may not include member variables. Okay. So let's remove this line and save this, go to the browser, refresh, then here we are not getting any error. Okay. But an interface only contains constants. So for defining any constant inside interface, you have to use const keyword and then constant name. Now here you can initialize like this. Okay, with any value, or if you write any string value, then just keep inside the single quote or double quote. Okay. So now let's declare an abstract method. So for declaring any abstract method, you have to write function keyword and then the function name. Okay, so this is an abstract method. No need to write abstract keyword just before the function keyword. It is by default abstract because it is declared inside the interface. Okay, and it is also by default public. No need to write public keyword just before the function keyword. Okay, but if you write the public keyword here, then it is a good practice. Okay, now let's create another interface test2. Okay, now inside this interface I will define a constant b equal to 200. Now if we just create the same, declare the same function, so value here also, so value. Okay, now you already know that we cannot create any object of an interface. Okay, we can only inherit the abstract method where we will define this abstract method in child class, and then we can use this interface. Okay, so to use these interfaces we have to create a class main, or you can name it anything. Okay, now to implement any interface you have to use implements keyword. Okay, so in case of interface here I am writing implements, but in case of class you are writing extends. Okay, but here we are implementing an interface, so here we have to write implements and then the interface name. So here I am implementing this test interface. Okay, now inside this class we can define this abstract method. Okay, so let's define this, public function so value. Now to display the value of this constant, okay, we can just use echo and then the interface name test and double colon. This is also known as a scope resolution operator, and then a. Okay, if we save this, and now let's create an object of this class. Okay, so here $ob equal to new main. Okay, now just call this method so value using this object. So value, and if we save this and go to the browser and refresh, then here we are getting the value 100. Okay, now here you can see we are only implementing this interface in this class. Okay, but we can implement more than one interface at a time in a single class. By this we can achieve multiple inheritance. Okay, so here we can just use comma, and we can also implement this test2 interface. Okay, now we can also use these constant and this abstract method. Okay, inside this main class. So in here you can see the name of the function is same in both the interfaces, so no need to change here. If you want to access the value of this constant, then just change here test2 and just b. Okay, and if we save this and go to the browser and refresh here, then here we are getting 200. Okay, the value of interface test2. Okay, now if we just create an interface, then we can also inherit one interface methods and properties inside another interface. So how to do this? So here just use extends keyword and then write the another interface name here. Now we can access the constant and this abstract method inside this interface also. Okay, so no need of this function because this function is already declared inside this test function, oh sorry, test interface. Okay, so let's remove this. Now here also no need to implement these two interface, just implement this test2 interface inside this class. By using this test2 we are able to access both interfaces, constant and abstract methods. Okay, now let's see a demo. Just save this and go to the browser, and if we refresh this, and then here we are getting the value 200, and if we write here just a and go to the browser and refresh, then we are getting the value 100. So by using this test2 interface we are accessing the constant of interface test a. Okay, so by this way we can implement any interface in the class. Now let's create another class like class user, and here I will declare one member variable name. Okay, and here I am creating a method, defining a method public function so name. Okay, and here just declaring a parameter, and now just echo and name equal to dot. Now by using this keyword we will access this private member variable. Now here just initialize with $n, and here just concatenate, no need to concatenate. Now we can also extend a class in another class and also implement the interface. Okay, so how to do this? So class main extends, just right here extends user, and here we can implement any interface also. So this is the writing style. Now this class is extending the user class and implementing the test2 interface, and this test2 interface is extending this test interface. Okay, so let's access the method of this user class by using the object of this main class. Okay, so if we just call the show name method, then here we have to pass a actual argument. Now save and go to the browser and refresh, then here we can see name equal to Sahil. Okay, here just use echo and br for line break. Okay, so here you can see we can inherit a class and also implement the interface in same class. Okay, so this is actually a child class where we are extending the parent class and implementing some interfaces. Okay, so by this way we can achieve multiple inheritance. Okay, Now let's see another example to understand interface in more better way. Okay, so let's create another file, test.php. Now here I am just going to create an interface like login. Okay, now login have some properties like email and password. Okay, so here I am just going to define constant email. Okay, email equal to and here just assign value sahil@gmail.com. Okay, now if I declare another constant password equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, sorry, 6, and here just declare an abstract method function, function get email. Okay, so just write here public and just duplicate this and here get password. Okay, now if we just create another interface register. Now this register also requires email, password and other inputs, so we can extend this login. So if we not extend this login, then we have to create define constant like email, password again inside this register also. Okay, so let's extend this login in register. Now register have some inputs like const like phone equal to okay, and here just declare an abstract method public function get phone. Okay, now to use this interface we have to create a class class like user. Okay, user implements register. Okay, so we are implementing this register interface inside this user class. Okay, and this register interface is extending this login interface. So register is accessing all the constant and all the abstract method inside this register interface, and this register is implemented in user class, so we can use all the constant and abstract method of both the interface inside this user class. Okay, so now here you can just use public, okay, and function. Let's this is a like getter method, so set email, just write set email, and here to get the value of email we can write login, or we can also write register echo register then double colon and here we can just write email. Okay, now if we just create an object of this class, sorry, user equal to new, and then user. Okay, now by using user object we can call, sorry, get email. Sit, get email. Okay, now if we write get email here and save this and go to the browser, just change the URL test.php. now here you can see class user contains two abstract method and must therefore be declared abstract or implement the remaining methods. Okay, so here you can see there are total 3 abstract method, and here I have only defined one. So you have to define all the, sorry, you have to define all the abstract method then inside the user class. If you are just left one, then you will get an error like this. If you don't want to define any abstract method, then here you can just write public get password and just open these curly braces and leave. Okay, similarly, sorry, here we have to write function, just duplicate this and get phone. Okay, now if we save this and go to the browser and refresh, then here the error has gone and the value of email is showing by using this get email method. Okay, now here we can just define it also. So just write echo and register and password. So we can just access password like this, and here also echo register double colon and phone. Now we have to call these methods user get password and user get phone. Save this, go to the browser and refresh, then here we are getting the password and phone. Just to use the br tag echo, sorry, echo br tag for line break, and here also echo br line break. Go to the browser, here you can see the email, password and phone number. Okay, so this is all about interface. So I hope your concept of interface has been cleared. If you have any problem regarding interface, then you can comment your problem in the comment box. And thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, then hit on like button and please subscribe my channel.